Blessings and greetings. Pastor Weaver coming to you from the greater Los Angeles area. Just want to come to you with a word for the week. The word for this week is the word scatters. My dad basically had us doing gardening as a result of his upbringing and our upbringing. So I want to share this today, and I want to read this from Proverbs chapter 11, verse number 24. And it simply says here in Proverbs, it says, there is one who scatters and yet increases all the more. And there is one who withholds, who is justly due, and yet it results only in want. Did you get that? It said there is one who scatters and yet increases all the more. And there is one who withholds what is justly due, and yet it results only in want. When I think about scatter, when we were growing up and we would plant, a lot of times there were certain areas that we used to take a handful of seed, and we would just Daddy would tell us to scatter those all up and down rows or just plant them that way and stuff. And so with that being said, he would tell them, now make sure you plant enough, make sure you scatter enough of it down there and plant enough of it, because of the fact he knew that the way we planted, if we planted generously, we were going to reap generously. But now if we just put a few little things down there, it might not even cover the whole row or might not cover the area that he basically wanted to plant in. And so then we would reap a little. So what he was teaching us, when we scattered or when we planted generously, then he would be expecting to reap. So if you're not planting generously, or if you're not scattering generously in whatever area of life that God would so use you to scatter or to plant, then you should not expect to reap generously. And so with that being said, this text reminds us of that very principle, that if we scatter generously, that we will also reap generously and we'll increase even more. But if we withhold and don't scatter and hold even back that which is justly due, thinking that we can save some seed for another time or another season and stuff like that, he's saying, no, guess what? You won't reap the harvest that God wants you to have. You will be lacking in some area. So I want to encourage you this week. Think about how you're scattering. Think about how you're planting. Think about how you're sowing. And then also think about how you're reaping. So if you're not reaping what you desire, then you better ask yourself, how am I sowing? How am I planting? What am I investing in that which I want to see come back with a return? God bless you and be encouraged this week. The word for you is scatter.